invite you to settle in comfortably and take a deep breath, and perhaps to close your eyes. You might even begin to imagine yourself in a peaceful place, far from the festivities or holiday preparations. A place where you feel safe, where everything is calm, and where you can simply be yourself. Perhaps you're walking in a forest, laying on the beach, or in a familiar place that brings you comfort. It doesn't really matter where, as long as you feel good there. Take the time to listen to the sounds around you, to feel the air on your skin, and to observe the details around you. Gradually, your whole body can begin to relax, tensions to melt, whether now or in a few moments, as if each breath allows you to set aside anything that burdens you, any stress lingering, so you can welcome this moment just for you, with no expectations or judgments. And I don't know which part of you will drift into hypnosis first, or which part may linger. But what I do know is that you can ease into it at your own pace. I'd like to begin with the story of a woman who worked in real estate. In fact, she was flipping houses, buying them, fixing them up, and selling them. One day, she came across the chance to buy an old house she had lived in a long time ago, a place she hadn't returned to in years. She seized this opportunity and went to visit the house. Stepping inside, she felt a calming, slightly mysterious atmosphere, as if the house had secrets to reveal. She began her tour in the large living room on the ground floor, filled with natural light and warmth. It had a joyful, welcoming atmosphere, exactly as she remembered it. This was where she had spent most of her time as a family when she was a child. This woman sat for a moment, letting the softness of the space surround her, bringing back memories, images, and feelings of a simple, spontaneous happiness she hadn't expected to feel. Curious, she then went down the wooden stairs, which creaked beneath her feet just as they used to, and arrived at a small room at the end of the hallway. The space was somewhat dark and silent. There was a book on the end table, open to an old page, as if someone had stopped reading there a long time ago. She turned a few pages, absorbed in the story, and felt a gentle melancholy. A peaceful, deep emotion washed over her, like a memory quietly resurfacing. This room, with its calm atmosphere, seemed just as welcoming, even if it was less bright. This room, with its calm atmosphere, seemed just as welcoming, even if it was less bright, situated on a lower level. It was as if each level could lead her to somewhere different. And within this story of a house lies another story, because I don't know if you know this, but one story can sometimes conceal another, and this one is quite different. It's the story of a majestic willow tree standing near a small lake, its branches nearly touching the water. Every winter, the willow watched as migratory birds flew over to warmer lands, feeling a mix of satisfaction, curiosity, hope, but also sadness and loneliness as he watched his companions leave. But every spring, the birds would return, bringing new songs, like a promise of renewal. One young bird, a bit hesitant, landed one day on a branch of the willow and confided, "I'm afraid to leave. What if I lose my way or never return?" The willow, who had seen many migrations, replied, "Each departure is a passage. You carry a piece of this place with you, and when you return, you bring a part of there back here. Fear is normal, but it fades with movement. You'll see." Touched by these words, the bird felt part of his worry lift. He flew off, feeling a little lighter, with the assurance that he would find his way back. The willow remained still, his branches extended, ready to welcome his traveler friends again, whether they left or returned, in an eternal cycle of change and reunion. And back to the story of this woman visiting the house she had once lived in. As she continued her tour, she found a small door she'd never noticed before. Behind this door was a tiny room, furnished with only one chair and a table. There was nothing remarkable here. No striking object, just a bare, quiet space where she could sit with no expectations. She sunk into the chair, embraced by the silence, which invited her to simply be present. She felt a special connection to this house, and she wondered how she could transform it while still honoring the space. After taking in the atmosphere, she realized she didn't need to illuminate every room in the same way, nor impose an ambience that didn't fit. She could simply accept each space for what it was. And as she left the house, she felt a blend of excitement, a bursting of ideas, and peace. She took with her the emotions that coexisted within her, much like the rooms in the house. Each space had its place and its unique beauty. Now, I invite you to imagine, using whichever senses you wish, that you're diving within yourself and finding a large window. You can pull back the curtains, open the window, and let the stale air go out. Feel the beautiful light entering. This light is there, within you, no matter what the outside weather or season might be. Allow this light to settle in and feel its gentle benefits take root. From this moment on, your unconscious mind can choose all the positive changes it will set in motion for your happiness. Imagine yourself soon, in the days to come, feeling that this session has helped you. Feel the joy of realizing that you can feel well during the holidays and throughout the year. In a few moments, this session will come to an end, but your unconscious mind will continue to work for your happiness. Perhaps it will let stuck emotions move through. Perhaps it will cut unconscious loyalties. Or perhaps it will do something else entirely. as long as it's good for you. All the parts of you can gently reconnect, and when you're ready, at your own rhythm, you can simply come back to the present moment, to here and now, and gently open your eyes.